Omao, Mr. Kwesi Kodua of New York, Bronx, United States of America. There's $1 number. Okay, when so every year Jessie Amankwasi, happy birthday to Jacqueline Ewua, midwife, Tete Kwashi Memorial Hospital, Natchez Equiapim Mampong, a whole end of the February, every Efia Ejekum, change and a happy birthday, Jacqueline Ewua, our midwife, a Tete Kwashi Memorial Hospital, Equiapim Mampong. Yamin Kaun, na. They were come as well, that's Subiano, onye emfamao. We also say happy birthday to Mrs. Jifa Butu, aka Mrs. Pretu, if of Dansoman Orisco. We if you ukunu enche ukunu dofo huju ena eba. Happy birthday to Jifa Butu, aka Mrs. Pretu. Happy birthday. Sounds like na sorry UTV. So the day emao. Yamin kaun na omo apomudin bronyan enkoyi emfa emao enti happy birthday no we also happy birthday enko also happy 60th birthday enko Mrs. Joyce Asare senior midwife ewo Aguna Duakwa Salvation Army Hospital Aguna Duakwa we every echo enchen ena eba. Happy birthday Mrs. Chris Asare nyame enka ho miss mom Grace Asare nyamin kan ho na bibia enkoyi emfamao enayimu Madam Akoso Japan so anopei mi chiao na we say happy birthday enkoma Derek Selom then Azum Fua wo KNUST Medical School we every omami Madam Gifty na fi Kofigo enchen na eba na fi wo sister Edem and appear and abusuani nyina see emfamao. Happy birthday Derek Selom. Happy birthday KNUST Medical School. Yamin kan ho na awodai enkoyi emfa emao. Anapay yatena se yeba betwetwe nkomo afa enioma ehia se yeka ho ensem ho the producers ne dia ma no na yeba beka ho ensem de bonkrata de bae ne mu yayi bia ebema oman akonanim. Also yesterday in Parliament, majority minority tussle over 350 million tax waivers, and the Tosumi Union. So as the President-elect Mahama outlines top priorities. The Atwa Bamano President John Dramani Mahama Chenyama Ihiane Pa, and the MPP calls for adequate security for EC to collate results in disputed constituencies. We saw a MPP amanyuko na kasa no se ehia bambofo so mbeboa na bebia twitwitwi wono ombehwe na fe elections no makoleti na yehudi odi nkunyo sanso mususu se enoma koyedi amon na so twitwitwi nti enkoyie anapei yaw asanitano political analyst abeka me hu ewa hankaifo no so nam kwan so a omo eba no MPP NDC ye twen omo ne na wotwe mama na dem gidi so mbeba se victory no se lose no so yenim de ko bizazanita no moaje
eso renim
diabo ko de
ame adum ni shran ko
ntese mi hu se yeko oracle NDC MPP for no dubna dana ekwa akoyela live
ejoda ho na eba se
ono Carlos no buy cra sign ko Parliament ko ye
no Carlos go be
ba se me man award
no be ba because
then
say be osuma bro ba bi okoto de say
ono anko bi muti
ono anko bi na
okay
owo party mukropo no somehow no in opposition ade mo ye kan hwe obi anti nti omo party mo ade
we de man fa kwenye na mensre contractor fo a omo ye ofanko e konsan mu kwan no ye besre mo motiti sa kwan no so ofanko barrier eja heba pokuase ene fisi amasaman ene nkurede da kwan no so akọ ensaum junction se adwuma mu nya ye de esre se mfuto na doso dodo mu fansu no wuzu kwan no so kakra yenim de se mako live am ye hu se mako live nso de sabe ya tamesh amanfu se ufa kwan no so anye kra akonya accident futuro baby ayengu kota no futu no doso do ti ebesre se monhwe na we de ye pamochew mungu kwan no so na mo tete me ebi kura ton ade se mfuturo ni ade ebo amanfo na no de ndodo enti ebesrese mo hwe na mun enye embama ye damase gidi se yakan de moti amhwe na maye biazani yentwa so no parliament omukohia no ade nyame adaroma metena bonku metena ni fa no koye ya ntisa ase ne mum aban tisu isi $350 million companies bi abo 1D1F nti yen wave tax ma omo na de oba nso se me yesa eba sika no kura minye bi sanse sika se na nkasa nkoyi dada nti na companies ni kura mususu se aban ya ho nipa nti ende omo enye na de otizi si anse wonye nso de sika bi ho se parliament gitum na watum de atuaka ewo first quarter no osesa de ono nso omo na se sika namba na nso ba watum de ayadwuma we ni ensembia parliament isi enti metio
already medas amefa kwen so nchia wankasa production team adwuma ko farba na omo hwe nyina normally no topics here de be maye no upon my observation of your hosting and see ekonya bibi kura ho hia na yepese be kan na nim obo blues
yeah you yeah say you
yeah person was sticking to the exact topic of course yes I understand
the ubet me a branch but say ye ne ahwefo ne didwuma no we kura mpo no we discuss na obi kan yi na obi no nya atemdie no wo ho but edu ba bia na se ubenya nkyiremu na ukọ u branch na se uka bibi na se hiti obi nso bebre a yebenya evidence ni ye program ye ho court 7 ya de ntina mfo se evidence ni hye da ni wo papa dia na eja ya twentwen so nti enye se me ye fichiri bebre na mum enhyehyɛ ni etia obi nan so ebi nso a evidence ni bia wonko wonchen ne wa minni bi no ena ya bia na me ye na enye se me yere so chinchin santi mpacho de metio so evidence bia
fichiri de o ye fichiri pa ena tim didie no asa wo betra ha ye te say angel krom bi di watem
oh no enya tim didie na mi so but evidence ka asem no ekoti obi nan so na bia ni pa kun ba be kan na ebia father be ba na de court summons abeto oni anu yi ode ko na se ni me ko hostu na ko ba sa ti de bia me ye fichiri atendi de na menwe ho se sebe ye mpanimfo ye to aba mom ye man pani kura no ebi tumi trauma no di o matem na memene ho akwane kan bo se who mama
eh friends a court case in there no ba kon kra da ha on the 16th and mesan appear
za
ye siu menemo mu station in
there sa e ba ko nya wotre
ndi makoba akwaka on the 16th mesan reappear
nya wotre
medas pa with this particular topic about Parliament, but before that, you know, right house bebre. I and you better hand security in summer. Yes, I said be keke.
Okay.
Police for any BCC are omo two monum too. They write articles and put their name under it concerning
openly
concerning Ura Akufo-Dampare and issues regards the police service. How morale has gone down as a result of the autocratic leadership of Dr. Akufo-Dampare. Me matter her prisoners, but I think say the message that we receive are consistent. We share will be cry or directed traffic cry and that's who sometimes in some of the canon I know she and
from appointment one I say because you might do appointment promotion
and vindictiveness and illegal transfers and interdictions.
But say no so na makwa.
There be we no e be a deliberate.
So
deliberate
power transfer there with the security service in there. I so cycle home for sa no man say bia me won kran a e betumi ayi mi akọ hamle mana yi
yes ehun hia pa but
na nya say bia me dem me pem comfort zone ko atena
there be no the police service no the me papa was a policeman
okay
and transfer no yakobi pa up and down but then it is also important say wo ye transfer umfa obi hu abufu ana say wo mpe obi asemti ana say me ne anim ye fine ti until me transfer asania ko baby a ensasa kan within that period, you understand, and a transfers no so no omo border omo ede transfer omo hwem say transfer we say fatana Dampare doesn't use the board to do the transfers.
Police for naneka
omo
ana baby ede ne kwa anye ne denti no say Dampare use board no
there be entesa and it has become rampant, and the culture of silence within the Ghana Police Service, regional commanders, they have no say in anything. And Dr. Kufu Dampare, he thinks that the regional commanders are on his side. If you don't know, the information we receive from your own regional commanders, no, OTBI, you'll be shocked.
To the no approaching no munye dance on relay information because a security security in some so they are na yada no mun relay in some no to omo approaching no head on na amu nam bonte man central for ni pewa bonte and our can wenti
Dampare from the information allegations we are getting Subante say who delay with Nanado ne kan ofuriata wo kan hwea wontie nti obe make sure say and now he one exwa or a police officer police ne rank ekọ nyimpa wa betra to abonten say eto no moto aba security service no especially police no moto ma the incoming administration what the reason to omoto sa into the incoming administration say
ono no ezo akona to man na ogidi say police for nyina to man
and I won't hear statistics about the voting this special voting now I hear security for no the way omoto here omoto etia MPP aban and one Alhaji Abdul Jali on also aba metro article 10 e de tia Dr. Kufu ono kropo the images aba say ono and oboa ye odi Dr. Kufu Dampare e call ne papa nchen wo north ho a wo ye Nanado Adamfo to lobby for him to become IGP. At least omo lobby yema obenya IGP no Jali ne papa kan bi and now he is describing Jali as
all of ya boam ne menyanti ye wo say oye de ope
but just say
all of ya boam ne menya position je wo say oye de ope
onye de ope
okay
but like I was mentioning Nanado no Dr. Kufu Dampare is the same you so you are no Adampo. You understand? And what is happening in the police administration? No facade, no beautification, but deep down, no, things are happening. I'm telling you, things are happening. Now people are speaking out. How could you, after election, now we'll be trying sister station be can say, oh, Nanado can say, allegedly, Nanado can say, IGP, only CDS. Or Mombuano or regulation. Ya to a barrier no. For God's sake, what a friend saying that position for 3 years and some months is enough.
That's about to insure. Obi can say 7 no so ni tie be dey because ohwe police adwuma ye wa bato aye tu emu a. Police ni gina mfimfin. Eye na adwuma ntie dey na obi ba beto se na obi aka se Owura Dampare na Nanado aka se I don't
know man boggling because you are too baby. How does one television station comes out to say Dampare ignored Nanado's instruction to him and CDS to rig election for?
I know alleged, but even if say no cry, and then when you first of all Dampare abaso. What mean to me ni say no crescent Nanado be sa nempo so yes police adwuma ye during about 2 years man for kura o kan ho ye bona ba say police adwuma na ya de so obi ko kan sa asem na ye mfa ne say bosrem kan na say nipa ne mfa ne say bia ni party edi nkugu nti o kan de end because obi anya both NDC MPP obi anya obefa kwan bono so de edi nkunim ne mani bia ye hu no
agenda setting to keep him in office. But the write-up by Owura Ezwa, our police.
But even the one who says keeping officer, Sebastian Dampare to an Edmaswa.
In fact, the write-up states about extrajudicial killings within the police administration. And Krofua, ye kumo more. And can say become a try or mona say, a jail or my ye, and then normal be a course promotion will be a trial 7 years in promotion abono. And this is the operations of Owura Dampare trying to suppress Nkrofo do omo share system ni mu a omo ekomano to keep his position.
Say dina obi abetro atro ni din e bia tratic bia we o say animado police e bia inspector animado nso leti e nje bia bi nso yiso amanfo bi din bia information within ni pe bia ne ma bia enyo omo de dan say bia dina yehu wo sa write-ups na so no e bi kra na yatro edin no.
They are the true names of those people.
Nim na onim ni penti na okasa na ase unim din bia o police metesa. Oze bia ye keken bia me nkasa de oka no ni nyina anye no kore 100%, but me so kasa bia police for na nkasa kora oka no omo wo systems wo ho a omo de channel grievances na de bia onyusu ye but enye ndenti no o kote din bia chi ede no ma beto no nsu se police na security here yemfa mo nsem kwa bontensa.
It is an open letter to the incoming administration. Nti enya de bia na say Obekai some time ago, I think 2023 thereabout, I think September.
Incoming administration here then
open letter to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yes, that is what the police is advocating.
Nobody said I'm an incoming president.
No, I'm feeling the pinched, so they must speak out.
Okay.
2023 around September, so Obekai Jato or one of their armory. It was alleged that what the so yes and Juni
called for the woman.
Someone who face fire service.
You know, man, you be able to see
fire service. Let me say, sir, a Janet or more armory. What was the cause? Now, you saw Dr. Kufu Dampare Sanso say, what was the cause of that fire in the armory?
Yes, and Johnny Queen, Mr. Ayitu, Ujidi and Pastor Pass security service. So, my say BBS here said you cannot simple say, overcall as journalists. Enquire here, see, the fact of the matter say. See and a coy our report be a mabontin say we na ebi krana the means and journey me kwa ko bi se man for fire service report or beba no the difference wo
the fact of the matter no before be kono na ebi a ukura documents e kire wo say na mahu krata no ni a owura ezo atworo a wo kire say sa amre na eja to mu no it was caused deliberately by one a friend saying is it corporal Asitanga, one of the policemen or Shesho. Only Seti Jano deliberately. Why? Because he had stolen more than 100 ammunitions at Waton.
And they said the okay, they are so serious as Wakono. Say, I'm power so much for investigation.
Now, can so much they are no longer afraid. They are no longer afraid. What the they didn't
say a chino because they okay, very, very serious.
Where is Sergeant Ezra Benedict?
I will see a chino.
Now, who can say Dr. Kufu?
I will say security services.
Maybe say who can say Dr. Kufu Dampare?
My BBC will one who here.
Well, who bro? So was a sack IGP Dr. George Kufu Dampare. And a watch room BBR. And the double train is on social media.
You see her now with a big security because security ni power officer. Ebehwe asheda edi eja to.
Yes.
Why?
Because he had committed crimes. Ye chino to mo. Ye chino. But omoye no waga. I hear say man be ye dada. You understand? Under the auspices of Dr. Kufu Dampare.
Ya chene dia na ese court sema bemtiene na yemfa no sia na.
The security architecture of the police service no. You need the actually make up person me veer off from because information me no. I better set up my own security network. Na me information to
keep Adib no register. Adib sign no register. So
keep
security analyst
on the architecture of this kind. Me that's many. Asama would be to $35 whooping million. 350 whooping million.
Our graphic in $350 million.
And that. So young fan Crofobia because they are operating one district.
40 companies.
One district, one factory.
Yeah.
And if you didn't soon to cancer ma, person ube use certain words na mpanyifo hwe nipa de brehwe na akwa to sesebe umbuade baba bia metifia dro a adwena wo metrimu words ni bi wo ho na me yusu a na me fi se me so mani afika kra ntimetumi ayusu sebe ye hohoro ye nim enkosoro na nkrofo mo hye some of this so called one district one factory achi no ye ni momo
say aban tissue ni policy
was aban we to the policy
on the buy
or the na share say
one district one factory
all but na adwene say hemfa no kwakonya scandia yes
you send your mine sika na the ball mine ho bra
no mine sika no sanka wa meto say ya create Ghana exam ewo ho afuto demu a mo yi scan nyafu under the so called tag of one district one factory no and
can we into us on this about to scale so the idea beboa
Of course, I'm on baby into us when there's money there, and the boom at the so. But when they have to create ideas, it becomes a difficulty, especially this current administration. One district, one factory. As we speak, they have told us that over 124 are operational. And I want to believe, say yes, it is true. Say what say some of the factory dotted across the country. Have you gone closer to assess, say, factory ne bobby at the same, ne operations at the same, a dear no produce, a dear no more exporting, the income, no, as a turnover, no, supported the economy. The economy has gone to a pointer, who say, Ajrega. This is about 121 districts, one factory, Sankomo operational. At the time we run on Tamatena or Cow, who are the better Jano, and can by this time you whom in Sunsan so big a crack economy. But as we speak, some of the one district, one factory, of course, you say existing factories, but as we speak, pass a cancer, memento, cancer, one district, one factory, a din Sunsan so big pa Ababuagana. I can't sit here and tell, say, I've seen anything.
One person who answer Yenani.
Anim. The
Omo companies are a forestry Myro, meaning so Omo as Santiago Magumudu and we are a pharmaceuticals, a be a muyin so ever pure money a day now and a carte across ceramics no money a day, a carte companies no carte across. No, a ban so yena mebunu any Ghana for the Yaduma. Then a home man for so my Ghana for you. I name say you're serious people as a country, you're taking economy of this country serious. And can factories be to say water production. Me find say special ice you produce. I know how much does it cost to set up special ice production unit. NTSC a called Yiska. If you want district one factory, your friend saying exam Ghana exam. Near the council being Fanco be a pure water company. Your pure water companies are Ajina Kesia, a business special ice. Go and find out how water company no more will say. What is their capacity in terms of production? And then, almost pesika way, as they know they are already in opposition to sustain themselves. Some start here and some are more co-position.
That's what we need.
Could you travel across for 2 years? No, my margin so company.
Exactly.
So 2 years, me sure say buying be na again say me co-position to me this way dey akọ.
Anim ora kana dey point there some no kan. Or say NPP lose election way back in 2022. BNN report allegedly and other research I better about way back after 2020 election going forward no. They knew that this election wasn't for them. Not just about the fact to say Omotra 8 years, but Omoni ya Omo beye led by Nana Danko Kufuado, Kenufuria Tani, Omo Bedia Tune, Sa Crofona, Omo Sa 5 people, no? Or 6, a few of them. No? The Omodi NPP abe yo man. They themselves knew, say, Enkoyi Emaumo. And they needed to plan. In fact, we are banner in your tenure of 4 years, no? First 2 years, no one started anchor ground. Maya near research, MBSA say, and do you have the chance for the next election? She said, you are not a good government. You don't understand governance. You understand? I say you don't understand politics. Until they had no long ago that they would go into opposition. And even if they didn't know, they had already planned, say, of course, Ghana eximo, it's kind of I walk a man for ADB, the man for some family one district, one factory. Mama Yankasan so yenya one district, one factory. And say, but then, conflict of interest, these are the monumental aspect of it. So you cut down pa or more one district, one factory, nature, yabu boarding, I called $350 million waiver, amomono. And him, don't do now, Ube say, or more NPP for. Of course, we beckon some more Ghana for.
Yeah.
But, and can I per se, and Crofua, or more the technical know-how. Between aye Juman and him winning bebre. And Crofua between attending or move in foodie, and I say produce from their farms. Omo here be big turning around no. They are there. Some microphone they would never get the benefit of that exam facilities they more for one district one factory. No. The one district one factory no became their projector omo year afa. I'll be very shocked. And Ghana for share the incoming administration. The majority, me I'll still call them majority. From in this current dispensation. So me to me pa share Ghana for them. No more granted $350 million no to some for ya Ghana for
and now from majority now the objects can offer on Crawford. Ghana for even if to the MPP and to the current government.
Okay. NDC for
Crawford and as a winning mom.
NDC for our more majority from time we are bagging a pronounce more majority. I be seen now, maybe this test still more majority because after you make a dry away on parliament, you know. That's not what I'm saying about MPP as in terms of parliamentary proceedings. I didn't buy you were chairman Sabusi, I didn't buy and I be agregan.
Only arguing to answer it is as
the bill a hunting be when you must or Casacro to me to say Lawsu. There are people, yes, Sobekaya, we work on Japan. Now, more tagness a hunter with you. A chepa. That tag is still there. Now be way back. No more tagness a hunter with me. And pass what be produce a hunter with me. And to say be na nipa. More department ha. Nipa hunter with me. Sure say winning no. Nipa so your group mu nyina wo na ye ka say nim. You nipa ba ko a mo hwa ahomaso bi won mu, pride bi won mu.
So no afay marking the party no susu say be boa o man no eno as majority leader no champion then the chese oya hunter enti no be nya adwen chese oya hunter
da bio on say parliament you brofo be say August house honorables bia obuo ye de ma wo sonko to say court system ya adwirigai judiciary omo no bia be ka say bia ye de ma wo say ho de obuo sonko mo. But under the dispensation of Nanado Danko Kufuor, it appears to me, say, everybody has become arrogant under Nanado. Already, Mensa Bosu, the demeanor, the normal said you see anything in your palm.
Oh, yeah, then.
He's a level-headed, educated, well-intelligent plus home sense with him. Into what to do normal. Sometimes what I say, before they will be call about the statement and his submission. Won't say yes. I give him no. But when you bring out, I'm not against youthful, the youth joining. Of course, our Fiamaki has passed his age of youth. But then we would say that the youthful exuberance is still in him. But I want to believe, say, Parliament Kasano. And yes, we could know what Kasatia Timu, weni. And the Bema who say, what's a now cano, a womb, and I say, Nimu. And no, sir, ni sa gestures and Satuano. And yeah, no, Bema nipa not or yet to say, your friend say, honorable speaker.
But say, Osha, one is one factory, yeah. Trade ministry in a shanase. This is a trade ministry. Eddie Biba now or champion or parliaments. Okay, I remember one of the sector trade ministry. No, we na here omo. Inti ene mwa. No muntumi. Edumo mo bie ma mabu na nya bia no. Intumi mo mo ha omo. Okokan we den na cheso ha na ni say by force emphasis sika na emom.
And with all the issues on the table from that. In fact, per what the speaker said the last time, we have about 20 something.
And even
LGBTQ, you know.
LGBT.
I prefer the LGBTQ
family value bill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Inti say no yan sign ya. Momo pesika kodi. Yan fama.
Or pesika or tax no waiver will be on pesika kwa kodi.
And nanado aban by tax waivers e dia mankofo betumi akekere oman. E betumi akekere oman amankran aye far in terms of a fin wa. Obi kosi ni hotel keke. Tax waiver na ye dem man. I'm saying it was even granted. Ye dem anye sika ketwa. A family 10 and no more ye. This same thing on person impose on Ghanaians again say mama 350 million Hey, I mean, hospitals were agenda 111. Back cost to say. Now you first go with mamu. Now the next 10 years, mo dia trans na mo produce na interest na mo produce crop o mo ma binto. And at the end so anya say o mbete so crop me yato. You understand? I am confident in the incoming administration. Any NDC group on say they will not allow this to pass on the brink of the taxpayer. Ye na modi we be sensen yako na mo ja ho akọ. Ama ban a oba na himfa na okofa sika dia kra o man no. I have a strong belief in the NDC group of parliament. Say they will stand for the taxpayer. They will ensure said this $350 million no enya dia ye de be masa nkrofo enim so okwohwe statistics the tax waivers e dia mankrofo no ububu a enye sika ketwa already Bank of Ghana about 6.8 billion and eka eda ho haircut ye dia mankrofo ye nsam efa we mamo domestic haircut wontua wo national external debt, and you want us to believe it say friend say ye first we mamo na mo de monko transfer. It won't happen, in my opinion. I'm not parliamentarian, but I want to believe, and the trust I have in the other group, say they will resist this barbaric attempt to, siphon these monies out of the coffers.
You say, be a one farm moment, so and you man may be one factor, and the be a tax and minimum may be a obey workers of also baby Ghana for any juma. Anim
Sanka private sector, and a year. And Kanbanwe is the best government because Omo is capitalist, and their mantra is that private sector is the engine of growth. The private sector is our friend, and so Abanwe need the only Abaya Wabe transfer was squeezing the private sector out. And some people who are person Abeka Abanwe ba will to a month for so now sometimes more media affairs despite group allegations say movie yet time on this MPP buy. Any allegations get what? Yes, some maybe say mun konko audit no. Papa yi wankasa ompie meka. Ye tini na ya ntumi ametra hanka.
Ye ne
your information
we security analyst pa.
Oh, mun konko audit no. Ya audit no na
wo fi ayente.
Na obere no wate. Kura pai ya audit wi aka so. No me say na e audit 2 years. Mo kura po no sabe o kakra ya podwa agumo nsam no. Mo say da bi mu sanko na ye hia ska no more. Mode that kind of, you want to collapse every private sector because it is not your anim. I can assure you. Say na do abani kelo for that time bon aban.
Obi o corporate tax waiving ama company no e no san collapse no.
Who he put taxes egu your friend saying private sector so and you collapse no collapse. You are squeezing them out of government, out of business.
Na so mo so o mo pray tax waiver among 40 companies o mo private.
And I'm saying, say, a deliberate attempt. I didn't know money and breaks idea we hold den.
Because we are 1D1F.
A microphone dear.
Microphone you Ghana for.
Ghana for if you want to delve into the conflict of interest, I'll be on that, and the kitwa.
Okay.
You understand? Until we are saying, say, I ban way by and the way I be squeezing private sector. What two microphones so say a good monuma, I be some pempensui. Wo dear, you tax waiver. You deliberately collapse the private sector. So see, cost of production and operation. I then.
As to the okay. Remember, so we say, see any in a year. Now, and yes, a witch hunting. Also, say Parliamentary call into the companies and sana say, you have my tax waiver be cryama. And now, so dear, so 40 companies, no. Me and mo be a tax waiver.
I mean, before say NDC parliamentarians, or more very resisting way, no. You think they don't know the companies whom the companies belongs to?
There's all my own homework.
That is the more reason why. Normally, the bank and when see this particular 350 million and after you make money, bread and day ending. You understand? This administration.
The free SHS bill crowns down.
And also that you understand? They will not look at all these things and hear momo. Or more says, see, I know, oh, yeah, Jane, or more traffic. Let's cushion ourselves. And that is what they have sought to do. And you see, taxes are we people private sector and so on. You did not expect the private sector, employers and employees or whatever it is, to go and vote for you. Defeat now, Omo Akumono, it was self-inflicted from a very long time ago. They knew and they saw it by Omo Buomoni Guso. You understand? How could you have come into government, the private sector, as capitalists? We say as a someone who create employment. And so by you did not give them the enabling environment for them to expand their companies.
Tax environment.
These are new ideas or what they buy to suit themselves. I mean, go down these factories, no, we become 80%. I mean, 80% belongs to they themselves. Obikra or more than 5 out of these 40 companies. You understand? I think say no necessary. And anything that they want to bring about, if I say in among the incoming administration, they should resist it. The incoming administration almost back. Now somebody the same thing. Now we should resist any attempt that will be put forward that and this is the time. Say you won't say, I'm not one another baby boo. I will never sit anywhere to say the entire MPP enye. MPP the only and munyama since UGCC started here. For abreso. We are no fewer. If we busy among another ne papa munina besi sa kuku yino abesim le. Omunina omonyo omunimama mu omampanko for pen or bet party nanim kakra.
And I another the free SHS by
free SHS Kwame Nkrumah de buy.
By implementation, the even 92 constitution credit, but Kwame Nkrumah time was down in the north, and now the deal with the whole Ghana. Before the
Kwame Nkrumah, not even universities were free. Buzi and a bay reintroduction of fee paying. Now the Ankasa or to call demonstration time away university. Say I didn't know more dim kukosa or fish. Because university near more san no man be beer and cook kitchen no sata me a young could kitchen and more university for me bidi and na because private sector ye boost na monye ye friends poultry a whole ye best supply more ye friends chicken and I say nkuko no mo se o ye nkuko kitchen na ye mpe ni wa no sa nkuko kitchen na ye ni back then and ye dey share mo na university for monye bidi free. And I'm not hete krum mo se aden e poda ha enso mo nya fish ndi nti nkokon no mo mpa biem na na do no ka ho bi nti se na wo be introduce free SHS and can the best thing say we statistics no na nke say omo e churning out from free SHS no about 500,000 every year meboa san krofo no say we statistics no omo tutia ananado aban no why because omo se aduane ne nya ye ba betre ha kan ye no omo se ye boa Owura Kwatin is it education service almost a spokesperson or a deputy whatever.
Kwesi Kwatin.
Where Kwesi Kwatin almost say report na beto abontin by Joy FM was a sister station say omakoye report video evidence almost there be antisa na ye boa eba metra ha challenge Owura Kwesi Kwatin say on down to the schools na aduane no omaye no sanka na yire ye bi ma na sanka na yire be transtiller anka ye behwe aduane na yenti free SHS for na modi abom ho safo hene sa no they voted against you. Nurses allowance abose modi aba they voted against you. Everybody voted against you. Afa de mu nsua lesson crop film monenam na mo se o mon crop for na mpia nkoto aba se mo nsua lesson emphasize defeat we mu. Now you go about saying say mon crop for na mpia nkoto aba hey and the next election defeat na bedding in the sense say what has happened and yet entirely so microphone and pian koto abawo the fact said the mu twa ya mo de shemu da bia no ballot staff no this time about 80% was prevented enti ama the anke say ko shemu no anko shemu sanke ko shemu anko we see the voter turnout say bia akosro e bia 70% or something as we have been we've been dealing with meanwhile say na mu twa shemu enti anya sasante for no anya MPP4
mu twa den shemu
now one share ballot temperature ballot papers I NDC for stop here. on cover and to me and boxes no so about 1 million and more sanke kwoshe mu a it means sanke voter turnout would have been seen as a akoso meanwhile na a ghost friends voting nti asante for ma mu mbrem mo se omo ankoto aba omo koto aba no se de omo to ne da bia no na de na mo ye no na ye hu na afa de ye hu ano nti next election crop de be worse ebi kwa na wanya one single ballot on printed paper and fanko she any ballot box
sa printing sana kana Ashanti region yan tibi wo papa to say other areas so and
Ashanti region they do it across the board the whole country so say 1 million on be print here they distribute nti region bia benyan the constituency bia benyan the baby ho din kakra no no mo de akwahye mu ho nti that is what they've been doing behind the scenes no ye ya dwundum say oh abaye to wa santimam de omo ato aba pa not mean say na ye friend say house of work can come in agara hwe ni kutre yem na besi enne
ase wo hwe pe numbers register ya Greater Accra na unkita 3.7 million na Ashanti region the next 3.2 days about 20 and HS figures in the Ashanti region.
You see, they are saying, say, because if you go around to propagate, say, for no man pianko to aba, let's even assume that admitting, say, a for the MP to aba. So, mo PS or mo to aba, and come back to ATL because of a memo body and wabu. This anka sabu for no sanka mo to aba no. It means sanka and mguasian crop a better bigger. Now it should be 50-50 more or less. We know it's a voter party, and voter party there are so many factors that cause a voter party. It be moving from one region to another, moving from one suburb to another. Now it be economic hardship and sumti or say na mete a bojuase. So see I'm better a friend say a baalishi. Me the faka ko bojuase ko to aba. Adiemu abani kora to amfa so be menko. A lot of factors. It be we moving from Greater Accra ako sehwi. And transferring vote. So many things goes into vote, you know, every election. But they should learn lessons, not or more intensify or more grassroots works, and don't go and blame I think it's not accurate enough. And Parliament, block 350 million tax waiver.
NDC, MPP, omo reps beba, then so be seen there, oma medue na watwe sende, oma ma na say yenkunim no NGO enu NDC say MPP so say nkugu no hawo enti we no ade adwada de omo ba ne kama enti ukwada for so by omo branda for no class for no say branda class for na so ya dey on the part of NDC MPP enti mini ura ya wasaneta no ene wo ha eguso edi nkomo se passe obifofro ba ye be introduce ni ato adwumedin so so yen hwe ura mahama ne nsem bia charismatics for ekosra no o kan ye chese ni bi danani so se constitutional review ye mra no bi wo hwa for se ha adwene ye memu ada ho na ya ye na obehwe atoto ni ba ko ni because se bra wa bai ondo to what to say legacy e also beje bibi edin papa bi edema o my Ghana ma mitio
already me that say Kwame Nkrumah, and I have to go to the archives and check, but I'm saying His Excellency John Dramani Mahama
ha boko conflict nso ka ho akase conflict e oboko nso be hwese asundwe be ba ho sanse se tututu se ni ma obi eni ho a eboa na brabo nti boko nso be hwese nti nyoma mienu we ni ade a waka ho ase ho chese priority mano
that's sure anim Yankopon o inshira odi mani pa bia ye nyina no inshira wo yeso but they say ahemfo chinye ebi edida ebi achi me mete he me de Yankopon shira me pa me ginudi pass wo shira me but say de ame no tra ha da bia me ka me fa me yoro enhye asori mo biem because me hu se omo nyina no nhwamo bi na omo di mbru ne bae no or the asori ne Bible ebe indoctrinate yen na onim say you betumi aye better than them proper anke bia mo ba they just gave us the Bible and went away because sisia no ye shemu kena pa na the Bible no indoctrinate ye ho Emma impuntu enkoso Africa. But Nyankopon hira ochiche ne pepepe but obi die esun chen obi. Yete here me judi say de yeto ye nyina table say ye ndidi. Na ebia 3 years old child eka ho a. Aduane de bema no ane de bema wo ane de bema no. Nso so akakra bebam.
Okay.
Nti owura John Dramani Mahama ye one of the few say nhyira won so no anohye he swearing in
wakwa san benti ada
enye sa pe
okay
so he swearing in come December January 7th just this is the third time he swearing in menkai we yabakosem say he swear president be in 3 times na ohwe baby o sha ase free ya na MPP for the campaign say we assemblyman we we obeye deputy minister obeye minister obeye a friend saying vice president obeye president opedi mbiem ana make catch MPP for say sa nsem na mo keka no rather no mo promote the credentials because ye ko hwehwe adwuma na ye the CV ko gu ha ye hwe say we experience him fan bia him fan where you sometimes ebi kura na wonya adwuma bebreu wo mia horo na ye ko hu wo CV ni mu say woni despite group of companies aye adwuma da na say despite media eno nko akeke ebetumi ama ya fa wo adwuma bi kura na woni media house too pen aye adwuma but ye nyu say you worked with despite media company and as a despite group of company and no is enough goodwill to propel you for you to get a job. In the time of MPP 4 day campaign, Mahama opedi mbi waye na say rather no promote no. Now His Excellency John Dramani Mahama baby a Nyankopon ede na bedru obedi o man so biemu anim asodi e da ne so so pa and he has no excuse to fail this country. He has no excuse to fail the people who voted for him. Constitutional review, the same under the same NDC, and almost under Mills, the late president. Say, powers the my president, I know she. Any number be more constitution, any more amamu.
Sir, Article 71.
Yes. Nti yenhwe yen krokrasa no ma no. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has 4 years. In fact, he is the best and the right person to institute and implement those constitutional review system no na normal ye person ye no constitution yen function. One and most important, His Excellency the former President John Adekye Nsroma, Papa Mechia obi a ono na osha ase am say other civil service CSOs kan say the term of office of 4 years no is up. And I remember so when penku for the na no tum kan say anka ka ono nko a anka yantwum kakra anko 5 years and I say enko anim kakra say the be ya de oba betra so no obenya opportunity no to develop o man because first year no more or less preparation and blame game money normal. Second year no na yede to normal year ne sa no na do better in fact even to what track onwa so dan 2020 December biom appointment of his own government or the run o man it take almost 1 year. Enti His Excellency John Mahama should not be afraid of anybody when it comes to ensuring say constitutional review no be emu do no yesediation. One of them is the superpower given to the president. Or no work 4 years. Until and can quote na can shirt. Or yeah, a bebo Ghana for you right? Not two. On my young say you bet we are extended the tenure of office for governance from 4 years to between 5 or 7.
But Robin's work as a extending as a more homogeneous for
you see, impeachment wo ho. Na yen per se yen kan no kure na yen fa no kure
yen agreement oni pa kono ba na se bia because America mo na de nya for 4 years ya the development man ndi se yen so ye ba se be pesa years no 5 years ne nkeka wona ya de in a way bu ano ya de pa nti no nyaaya nkonto aso enye bone do ya de money nso be nde.
You see do you the bond there are processes. There are processes in the constitution.
Let's see use
a Koban side it should be strict to say ye be use ye use no more go parliament hall and yama no ye be impeach president too. In fact say impeachment no parliamentary so want to me anya the people or the masses can call for a referendum. Possibility say between a shaban say ye per se yen to abawo o manpanyin we so say e be a vote of no confidence whatever no. Demonstration I hope between call parliament to embark on that. You understand? And to me, one of the things, first of all, the power given to the president to appoint almost everybody, no. Yet to say who
appointing probably 5,000.
How? Nothing so.
DCs. It's a ministers weba.
Yes.
DCs weba. Council of State weba. Government agencies weba. Friend is saying na other agencies
a lot
board very good board
CEOs inti say to me my year the share constitutional review mu na ye te power ne so a Ghana fo nyina ebeji na di say oba begu Ghana. That is number 1. Number 2 any dem can say a tenure of office for governors no yen fan ko anim. 3 and the most important that one it be a main and metro say a constitutional review they take people's views and that is my priority His Excellency the incoming president so what tia and as an out of it no me tia what I will write and propose to the president during this constitutional review say you cannot come and use 2 regions to win election in this country. So you say you model your democracy on the neck of that of US and friends the UK. US, how do they do it? I'm saying the number of states are better winning. And then a chile say as soon as you are winning a battle. Want to me refer 2 regions and winning election. We should change that system. Now you're making sure say the constitutional review the Abeshe will say we winning 9 regions. You were 16. The number of regions are better winning no matter the figures. You are automatic winner of the election.
Enko America dey no.
Yakobi.
Ene se nkene. The okay dey analysis during election there. As all ya is NDC for nkwa ni Ghana. Massa say because even this year blue near 3 northeast Ashanti region and Eastern region.
It is just
and a crown of blue no Ashanti ne deep. Eastern blue ni shada deep sir and a northeastern so the Baumia factor on this. Oh yes, I said the oil and NDC for one in your
good governance. It is a simple matter of
I'm
saying that so also come it is a simple matter of if you can't beat them, join them if you can't beat them.
Now
that man a particular point no. We should institute it. You cannot use 2-3 regions to win an election over 16 regions. Now, Amamu Poto. And to me, I will write as part of the constitutional review opinion submissions for the incoming administration to fix it in. Now, say,
constitutional review no. Penny ayato abama no NDC for because okay dynamics in
Ghana for almost
dynamics in India say because in nyina abato ya nyina no certain region even greater Accra no koma NDC we need greater Accra more than MPB no margins in na a bit closer 2020 was 51-49 which still NDC ni win
abema mpuntu abagana pa because we then just manenko drain wo mu no want to mean yes
one party state we are multi-party then how do you turn it to one party
you see you cannot just but don't you know say this MPP lost your atomy so of course the next election they will more or less become like CPP You don't believe so?
I didn't know where CPP. CPP was a big party, but there was some members on NDC and before the Majomo. Obeko Wechi, not of CPP, or Jenny NDC, Obeko Wechi, of CPP, and Okodjani MPP, because of Yenya and continuity number, maintenance I didn't buy because Sankia Twaba from 57 independent nane buy and KB are the most vibrant party in CP, but break in the Bermuno 92 ni buy and as a CPP no because military rule ni be jina mo che
so CPP cry ba no but mo samba ya nka say yam ban MPP o by I say the party that will win most regions is an automatic winner.
But that's say Yenua Akogan, Gordon Akogan, Deputy National Communication Officer, Emma NDC Amanyuku no about the Kanye Hunti with the Otias, so me friend the late Akogan.
This is watching.
We watch him walk over.
Yenua.
We have a call.
Maybe I come up.
Okay, then Yamiasi, congratulations. So say
thank you.
We need the Kaya Waba.
And
Yaboma Basso said, Modim Kunim, and a pension Yamwa Quabim. Na a carmine, Minia, Asaritan on team, and someone able boss on there. Wabe, or said the Dikan Malka Crans and it was so Parliament and Radi see or say yesterday in Parliament, majority minority tussle over 350 million tax waiver. And this is for say, memo number for Angas Skenny, nti companies ni kran so omo allege say MPP for na ni pantino omonye no parliament koye nkone ba e bi nso say omo ye companies omo fa Ghana for adwuma one is one factor was policy na MPP implement is oye sa na just companies never boy no so wa mo omo kakran na way obema Ghana ensenye adwuma
right meda se na mechia etifo nyina na mama Ghana fo nyina so action na NDC force so no mabo obia baso because we elections make me aka say grassroots for nkwana e win elections no e de ma yen because ohwedi pa ahokeka na to ho ache so ebinum e de call polling stations no e na there in all my entire political life I've never seen a thing like that. Even at a point, you have to treat you ADC and Crawford, so like Mineral Communication Officer for Obuasi East. Soldier for dinner anymore, see there beyond Pene Emma soldier for no Enco polling station because Enyoho and Omejuma yeno a war. If you look at all these sacrifices and near who say Ghana for Ankasa and a to me way amayen. Inti say FM4 na this to me we am idea enye to me bia ye de babe hwa ye ho ana say ye de babe pie ankrofo bi egu nchen because you can never tell ankrofo dodo na omoto aba edema ye no say omofi bonkum ana say nifa no you can tell ana say want me ehunu ni nyina inti odo esese ye de ma Ghana fo nyina no esese ye to me edema because this is an unprecedented victory for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Okay.
Minua asani tano so I'm say bibia na onam no. Sina na okasa nke be a very a friend is saying ebema NDC and a needed advantage, you know.
It's all dynamics.
Exactly. But you see a best science so not that I support that but a best science wa ma political parties ni bi so no ebie o mataban mu a best science so ama tribalism ewo politics mu no and also so abafem kakra because region be to say bono how could NDC win bono region? It is because because it was a stronghold for MPP, but strategically, you know, kakra, we've been able to take over. Ahafo, now you were 1 seat, and then you have 5 seats. Ahafo, and you kakra. You see, so Osha comments from the MPP side now. You may say, you make it that move, you know, to change the constitution. However, is it Infantsman? Ena ahemfo ebeshia Nana Danko Akufo-Addo.
Ekumfi.
Ekumfi rather. Yeah. Thank you very much. no ka say mo in the program me de mo ne buy no mo ntumi anto aba ma na e de na menye emfama mo. So if you look at some of these comments na ye say bia MPP no e be dru baby na ebusua mu kakra bi ewo mu. That is why I'm very careful how I narrate the victory of John Dramani Mahama in this particular election, because I say Ghana for nyina to abumu boom and omo to aba e de amaye. Into no share all this dynamics there's no region in Ghana. I bet me I can say if you want to make an inroad, you can't make an inroad. And I mean what I can say, Ashanti region we just had 4 seats. And then we have 10 seats in Ashanti region. Unprecedented. Which means to say, moving forward, we can even increase our gains in Ashanti region, because initially people were even throwing their hands in the air. Moko and Mako could see and never kese wo Ashanti region, but Yantuaba Emamo Enadie. Today, look at the result from Ashanti region. Look at the number of seats we have. Apart from the ones that are in contention, say and also ebi ebeka homa yenya, will go higher than that. Into these are first Western region, stronghold of NPP, but NDC has taken over Western region. And look at seats like secondly Mesa seats and Adekye. We never dreamt Kwesimin we never dreamt of having some of these seats. But today we have 15 out of 17 seats in Western region. Central region. It is a swing region. And they can vote for NDC today, and Nobema, those swing regions are very relevant. But you see, the negative part of that initiative, and they say, Obisube to me about no okay, any Ashanti region, no, me babe chemu 15. Because it's just one big region. It's me 10, and I be said between winning all that, then I am also in government and all those things. Okay. For me, as His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Akano, or say some majority are Ghana for the amano, he's not going to abuse it. Some majority in Parliament here, there's only a few things that we can change. The things that are entrenched are, as I say, what they call referendum, and send away to me as a son. And no pay ena eba ye. But apart from that, you can change a lot of things. But you see, ubes send bibia shedache.
Okay.
So one shedache now he ene. Now ka say dia menye ebini Electoral Commission dia to omano 2020 omo kata omani edi ayakayaka de ena de edi NDC 1 seat pe Techiman South. Yes, say you recollect your pink sheet in ye. You recollect in ye numbers are a womb. Now you declare the rightful owner. Catcher is a go to court. And the other, I think about 12 was a 15 seats, and almost say recollection.
You are one announced that now.
And I make say Sanka Nano 2020. Anka Mutie NDC asem ese Techiman South. Young pink sheet in ye.
You may be Techiman South, no?
Yes.
Almost more pink sheet.
Yes.
By also say South African say CI 2127 year no more so. Just say announce you can go to number this year no. Similarities when the womb the same thing. Na almost announce we the oman coalition and almost
I to say Tresremienu egunse ni eso. Untumi ni baako ano enja baako. It is the same CI and you use no 2020 2021. Don't forget 2020 and 2024. Don't forget to say constituencies ni be ya announce no omo de aka ho say enkrofo announce returning officers and some more announce and omo announce here. Now they are introducing a lot of things, but the truth and say we papa and whatever the situation will be, you can't separate the two. Whether it has been announced, whether it has not been announced, whether they didn't finish. there are steps before coalition. Mo ankasa mo mra etre say yeto abani wia mom paste results no ewo branches and say polling station yeto aba ewo so no sanka wo yesa anka office mpo ehia ye nyina anim say oko salvation messengers results na yesan wo ho no ebo ho oko your friend is saying Presby school results no ebo ho enkrofo to make a video ewo ho as evidence and there will we have the violence going on? That is why for me 2020 nyankopon echeyen ade bi ana ye hunu da aye friend no hang parliament sa hang parliament no nanka eye parliament bi a esese ye nyina ye kabom ye dwene baako na yetumi ebu oman Ghana yentumi enyusu me I blame Nana Dodankwa Akufo-Addo.
I don't think I blame him.
I don't want to go so deep into it because the tenure of office grano egu. But you see, opinion utifie. Na umma mienu minority and majority. Na when to me enyusu kasade, when to me enyusu abotre, when to me enyusu enchechiremu, ama house no e move together.
Yeah, house no no opinion.
Bibia ebeba house biya no efri Nana do aso ye neba the executive
initiate
exactly
okay
into no eba no kra no unim say ade we ye say bonwoma ebata brebo ho nti ade a odi be sa bodwoma yi ho beba asem minority ni majority ni ade nti amedi ade we ba enie mum pass ade we emame
no lobby mu na enya kra na mokopase
no. That is why what didn't happen at friends with E-levy. To the extent, say, yes, it's a begia to Mupua. The 1%, from reform. That was a negotiation. It is a sir and Yamano echo so. Nobody will even feel, say, yeah, there's a hang parliament because we are moving together as one body. Secondly, BBBC waha, yes, we have the courts behind us. In things say better, yes, here they court. For instance, say Speaker Etie Kumyoma, Yantuaba, on to me Antuaba. For the first time, because of the hang parliament, any abetre ayepese yepejentino, yadi a court, yes, obey to me Atuaba. Once he is representing people, he can and all those things. Nyakopo asaso amagana another opportunity. The different opportunity they say we are in hang parliament because we failed. Say siano yema another political party 2/3 majority. Say for ebeya Ghana for ebe the difference between the two parties.
In the mokwan mo so monsa kan mo be use.
Ye be use no.
Okay.
Because I remember was it 96 when we had your friend is saying MPP Francis J.H. Mensah as the minority leader in parliament. Is it 96 or I've forgotten the
96 or 92 the Oman Kokra.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With that, we couldn't even tell. Say MPP was a minute number. I think they were 67 or say 76. I stand to be corrected. But the House and the leadership, even at the NDC side, were as frank to the people of Ghana as possible. And in the J.H. Mensah, yes, no agility in the your friend is Third Republic and all that. However, the way a parliament away from your friend is saying parliamentary, friend is saying executive control, the judicial control. I see this parliament do the same, especially when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say he's not going to abuse the number. Say and the truth is that the parliament to be up so pass with the numbers that he has, he can do it. But that a beer now was also o ba be call 1/3
na Ghana for twem
na another person so about 2/3 how will you want to be treated?
You see NDC for son of what
Libra
when another be
no do be open
me no we are good ni papa mu aho akobi be ka say we must pay them back in their own coin, but you say 1 2
no when number na ntere na ko pay back in their own
but you see they used that single independent majority. Look at what Abambagben did. He could have stood on his ground and say, we don't have a majority in parliament.
Because 137.
But to see there be, so Obekanwa, you're from a minority group. We didn't have a minority parliament or a majority side. But we decided to coin that. Senebeya, parliament be to me as running. That is why we say parliament is your friend is saying a day of their own rules. The master of their own rules. Senebeya. Eba and then NDC for Ekai. Oh, Yajia to your better minority.
Okay.
What can some of the things that we must? Your friend is saying.
Yesterday in Parliament in Accra.
Another very important thing. Sebi in Prediasa, in Penifo say the Jawa near the Aswao. And no say. Your parliament, and I say the executive we have now will end on the 7th of January. Ubia Empress Adia now. Now, so your decision be or na we say ope say obi bre and I say ode swa obia. Nature say one sasaye. Nature say adwea eda utrim no e bia make say bia enya dwene pa. Let me give some few friends saying instances. Make I say President Kufuor elusu power to Professor Mills. Ulusu ye na oko sign your friend is saying
single spine. That was 2008.
Exactly. So ode chichire at a Mills answer. The people of Ghana catch at a Mills say afina waba. Yen force say implement it. Though yen never be boy no. Yen force so nyabotre na mistakes e wo mu nyina no. Anka nipa kora or babe benefits no. E yede no side with you. That must let you know say the people of Ghana na say Ghana for no. Omo ankasa they have a mind of their own. They understand governance. And you know they gave Professor Mills 2 years. 2 years. And Sana Yababe started single spine. So what again in the President Kufuor Olusu ye no odigidi eko sane ye. Ohono bi beka say President Kufuor anya de.
I say politicians they say I musuban President Kufuor ye bi. President Mahama they were blaming him on South Bauxite we near.
That is why no the Bauxite one it has its trajectory. And it is therefore Sankenya politics and the Bauxite omoji free your friend is saying Ibrahim Mahama. How has it benefited Ghana? In fact, a Ghana for cry eka. Hine for a handful. As Ibrahim Mahama, ya banono. Ya ye negotiation bia as say ye. But what happened? Ya say or ye John Mahama enu ye ntino ye enfrinism. Woji ya wo de koma China for no. Sika mo ka asemo pe no munyae. And so you have 2 bauxite for free. But ankasa ejuma no ewa ha. Me sure say one more ankomudi ebufu koto aba say komodium no. Anke bia ebibenya ejuma aye. Sino hydro. Okay. You understand? Anka ebenya ejuma ede aye. Oyi eno so efri ho a. O free abem. What say? Me pe tax waivers. Edi ama obi ye ka say obi pre tax waiver ne ochre nyina ne say enkrofo bi epesom de niam bi eba Ghana obi eso nim say odi bibi eba Ghana ye de to kakra bi etoso edema nanso so nana do dan kwa kufu ado say your businessmen bi wo ha omo de ye ntwam so omo ntumi entwa to ema Ghana omo fa niam nyina mesen no mo fa nkoye omo business sebe me apply bi a enye ye sanita no apply bi a enye ye
what's under 1D1F nti say wo kan 1D1F
meba obi eba abemu 1D1F what na abemu for 8 years wankasa wase AC hotel ewo airport one man your friend is saying tax waiver and name out body hotel nyina no onfa emra for free
about 30 something million
seven producer minyasa kamisu minti hotel ni bi. Are you not placing an advantage over that person than another competitor na sebe obi asusu nim say eto ene ede chichire man inti say safo we omuntua eto na ye de eche wo no ma. What is the basis?
so mama manfo nya adwuma nti ye so masin kakran so na boa
Eno de anka yemfa mo bia na ye say Ghana for yentua tax wo mamu so ubetumi ama what we employ emebunu ebia obi abetumi employ emebunu ebia 1,000 ewo wadwuma mu no ye be ma tax waiver ni ehun say we are substituting your taxes to employment in the end utumi pay nkrofo dodo 1,000 ye ma tax waiver then it is a cut across obia make me apply 1,000 be and 500 be no I can apply and get it. What I say? So these are some of the things who here say oba be chichire nipa answer. Another thing is say maybe my bemo me babeko o say me ma okwan na mento ships and farmer a friend is saying navy
nembe enye oman na mining dwumadia na
but you see
or quality or target the abo enye
anka problem bia in ho
afiade
you see obi aye ne priorities opese odi bebu omai dia na ye sese a ye transition da ye no and say NPP ko NDC eba impenifo du ewa ha impenifo du ewa ha ye ntina se ne nhwe animanimu ya no enema ye betumi ahyehye nti ho betumi aka kire o say shape na okwakoto ne sesi ya no de emoa enu nti no munyin free ade e
friend no okoto ntina mo na bibi ebe ha adwe ntina mo
enu na me kire say bibi na be ha adwe. I just want to summarize it. What I say we say wo anka na woso a anka beto sorry anka na woso a anka beto ship
but your special nti say
thank you. It's so when I was so I can make a ships 10 because of my priorities. Obiaba or no the priorities may be different. I didn't say that is why me I believe say this transitional period crano a yana a too short. Here's a Bank of Ghana 500 people they want to employ just within this few days here, 3 weeks here. Okay. Ghana Revenue Authority was to employ about 700 people. And then Obeko Police Depot. And Crawford ya advertise it. You see, ya ba before mo e dia call police. Sa for na me kenyina no e Ghana for. They deserve it and all that. But say amemne fekwan so entemtem anase ahare so na se wo ye bibi se ya obi a suspect wo say de wo ye de emfa kwan no. That is why I agree with the current leadership of Parliamentary omo can say ense say minority ye pass your friend say ye approve tax waivers and nyama bia and in fact Osafo Mafo, he also mentioned it. Honorable Osafo Mafo in this transition. Also, Obia NDC air appointed during the transition biano ebekofie. And in fact, omo pamo ya pamo not before cry. Emo kofi.
Payback time ana.
it is not payback time, but it is principle.
Okay.
Patriotic say, any payback time, but a principle. Say, oh yeah, be na nim say ade am gina so yi, I am doing it not because of hate. I'm doing it because of a principle. Now say this our principle no e diwa. Me nye sure say we be fu because you did it based on principle.
Okay. Me da say yasem we nkoma etoso miensa say yakasa fa ho kakra then so ye bekara. Just antan ba cho brebu na ye hwe NPP no mo ye nsetwofo hiem de mo kan say say be quality baby atwitwi no wona security no yema enkosoro na bibia ntesa so mjidi say security was certain areas and nkosoro papa entina yehu de yehu.
Already name that say. Now second topic I would mind nanka boko de na kan ho ura Muhammad.
And then take a crafty one afi
siwu say na kwan so ano no say the kokos bia no hwehwemu say kum. Na me hu say police phone so issue statement say na nado statue na yabu na ba kono. Omo ko hwehwe nkrofo no na omo no mo adili na ya jeli omo. Omo ko hwehwe ura JB dankwa ni wu no ni pokun no omo make sure say e be this asem na bi nkrofo wo twe na yekun omo 2020 election no police for and make sure say e be deal with the corporate appropriately because the omo ye en de ye mu bi no ento yakuma so compensation or so whatever it is committee no mo set up omo ko yes akokwasa ho no afen so ametwale omo hwehwe nipa okum no na afen so ye san hwehwe ya also Westward state ya bu na mo mekura mo hobi anka makodwa na omo me yetu afiri ho. Yes.
Na bio. Ade obi akoya bi ehwe ne se ti amra won so obi a.
O che na be ne dey.
Na de so wo ya ye wo koya e be che o se. De wo ka se kura police bitumi abe che o se.
For what reason? Ba che me ko. Metin crown state be bi esi wo futu ni.
So wo ni obi na ade na si no so mo kwa ko wi won so.
Me se wo hobi
anka be bo.
Wo hobi anka be bo ma yetu.
Ene hu ni hu nti to asem so ne ho.
Enti o re no ya ba asem na so. Na security recoalition.
Yeah.
I stand to be corrected.
As a coalition.
First in the history of Ghana's electioneering processes. I stand to be corrected. And first in the history of Ghana's electioneering processes. And I'm going to say, it may move coalition center if you one region to another for the sake of so-called security.
Yeah.
It means that you want to tell me, say, Eastern region. Say, go for the Eastern region.
Yeah.
Until you compound can see police for compound can see wo. So you be move coalition center crop and can list. You to me various big compounds are sanka. If you are up to that, say yes, some sinister motive and a weave into this particular so-called recoalition. And get me to move that coalition center from Eastern region to Accra is illegal, in my opinion.
From Zoom to Kofodia to Accra.
Why? And for Dr. Kufu Dampare to have ceded to that request, say my young family depot near Mayeno, and no crapono adiano a brome margin. I just don't understand. Now, you see, if you are not a man of yourself, and I'll bet me I will be a manipulate you. Electoral Commissioner, and then Crawford, or many said they are on their way. And
on their way to where?
They should go. They who can on better now?
No month now.
I knew. Demonstration.
I'm afraid now. I didn't know where Momonko. Into your catcher on CC. A bambi and funny is Simrana.
That is the norm.
Sana Ghana person.
That
many Phoebe who's after Jan. Ye to a bar. Not on no ho. President Gufoba or ho. Or no answer na President Mills or didn't buy. I didn't see dear Charlotte say set my mini dino or call energy men's haba. Afi Jimen's habaya and this about Jim. Would you say on the end side?
And I buy the butter chino. And only a mubu. You are share and children of whom, you are sharing to know the petition. I'm an adult Doran. What's Charlotte Oseko? I can't be na Charlotte Osefa Sukoye. Time when NPP were opposition, they were preaching some bomb Pam Charlotte Ose, buy and so and pamper. First, let's be
as a yen twas sana.
There be a do baby, I said, a tit for tat. An eye for an eye.
I didn't punto baba. I know the democracy in you.
Now, Boss Masara yet NPP. Jemensa is perceived to be as an MPP. Apia Henry NPP.
But you win your money among.
What's it?
And this winning someone on the win.
They have no option. Now, some defeat will go fine. Nti yeah na any man can nti anka pese James atena ho. Are you supporting Sanka na do anka se krom pese James atena ho? James herself and Boss Masara na appear they know that they are gone. Nti by now omo prepare omo dada. They can't stay there.
Nti say na President Mahama appointia that MPP ekoba say in the near future no mu win na say why yisi awaba ho ye chairperson na chairman of that whatsoever no yenya bobo aba no wie ya na wo sesa no mako sa ne ye no obi afa ne de mra
opan na unko nipa empam no because omo
set ko fa foforo ba
yes now say MPP ba
ono so
omo pam no
pa we so ne preach say constitutional review na ye memum na ho na enema nye street dance be one way politicized no na so wo ka say dia. Let's say democracy
until say a constitutional review now you be shame say na isi no ebe appointment of the electoral commissioner no enye from president no
okay
and as enye the government in power be appoint no eno dey na your corners but okay. At this juncture but the disgrace they've caused this country they can't stay there. The bias that they have displayed, their own utterances. Boss Masari was able to say it emphatically, say NDC is a threat to democracy. You also can call a referee. You understand? So for them, they know they are there.
So referee to make a mistake penalty.
And now here they say lie be more friends.
And
the abet here the big basis James and Boss Masari ne appear anymore. Imagine you better stop me with electoral commission.
Yeah, machine
you better stop me by force. I mean,
yeah.
Also from the beginning, remember my submission, me can say, we sister station the alleged say, Nanado, His Excellency, wanted Dampare and CDS to rig election for them. Right.
Yeah.
Now, for Dampare to have even accepted, say, you move sa coalition center and Famra depot under the instruction of James Sano.
So the all cannot what in baby by any idea of evidence. Sir, the perceives or see CDS and IGP. No, you be an all station. So and our TV station. TV alleged say
and the videos. I mean, who call more?
Oh, send you partner. Come patches say or no, ni partner alleged.
In my opinion, you know correct. Say the president will tell. Fine, Nanado, I don't trust him. Probably. Say or we can share.
And you know correct.
Me say in my opinion, but I don't trust Nanado. Nti the bet me I say no correct.
Because he couldn't.
Na me try and say no correct na be family. Was so can be. Nti no dey make can say the Star TV station air can no correct. Then why would they say they refuse to act on the president's instruction? Na coalition e dey mo agya to say mba be quality wo Accra.
Certain areas home for say Eastern region I'm say I stand to be corrected, but the Mati is home. Someone ready the mission and he was not ready them say me sure some call a one sana dispute never.
Yes,
that's whom then the woman we UTV ano ebe ko biano na Suteku horse sums na ye bubu nyoma ne adenti sum dem nye sure so we coalition in we only kokofodua and I chere gidi CVP in crime.
But I'm rather say you better declare the one when you polling center.
But the disturbances were there. Until Nkasa by force will declare.
Anything that make us say disturbances were what? Say we are incompetent. Now we can say we ignore your original command. Now they are back all the way to Central Command in Accra.
There was a Jama Commander or Eastern Region.
Why not?
Okay.
Now, many madam will be bonkomo. Or Newcastle upon time. Andrew Sherman, a PhD holder and a lecturer at Sunderland University. Now, anyway, in common, I bought me from Metuja. But, dear, me patch and say, I mean, Kofo Riawo. So police regional commander, Memphis say, under normal circumstances, are more effective. Across the board, no, the regional command, as we used to know them, when they were able to report issues, deal with issues within their regions, and then now report to central. Now the Omunisa are no. If it was back then, when the police architecture was decentralized, this coalition, so-called recoalition, could have happened in Eastern region without necessarily moving it all the way to Accra. As we speak, ballot boxes, so say whatever it is that they have to recollate, if the numbers have been tampered with, it may be difficult and it will bring chaos because I didn't me and Kameko Hobby. Me could do me for back door depot and almost sign me because I wanted to go and witness what was happening. And almost sign me, almost master, you don't have the right to enter any normal. And I jam a baby try. But the fact is that Nkrofo fee say they can help certain people to, as it were, get their seats back. But I'm happy that an injunction has been placed on the, especially at Nsroma do adjudi and so. Because election Mrano CR 127 as amended does not allow. It doesn't authorize anybody to do what is happening now. And I'm even surprised, say, we have entertained this. Say we should come and do recoalition. Of course, if they do recoalition and the affected party feels, say, or more NTSA, or more the court. Court to listen on massive or one or multiple train and this is for. Inti, we are going to say, the court, and now those courts.
Those courts. High Court said. A Ghana court, and another court. None by High Court in order.
Meaning, Crown, National Security Minister, Urakandapa, or said the way Mubua and Seven Maya Bebrino. 1 year, now Crofia could drink say. And in fact, that is the perception we have, which to me, it's no longer a perception, it appears to be true.
It does.
Say, this is what they have to say. Go to court, BB almost go to court, but from day one, almost we win the election by strategy. These days, and I say in this administration, election is no longer won free and fair, but by strategy. Almost strategy and a man for preventing ya. I remember you do pen so I do. Into recoalition, the injunction, I suggest to say we should go back to where they were. Collect and then declare the results.
Medasi. Again, area MP just say coalition the crowd cause baby we number ya security because to them on for say Senkasum or Hankabia bibia.
All right, I'm say on one casa number the way. And you will be boss say one casa Warako Faba, one casa Ojej Stone boy. So here. Electoral Commission adverts be on be place ewaha.
Oh, media space.
Media space.
Yeah.
Ka say obi betumi wia election ni mo ana. Enom say o there be obi entumi enwia election mo emma obia. Na say otena ho emma obi wia wa and the wala pato kaisa advert say a state institution SSA oma neutrality eba elections mo a places such an advert no say catch say wo otena ho emobi wiawa and ye wala nasa same way etomini trimo Metra say we are there. Medase. And no, and the DA Ababedru. Solomon Owusu Alan friends a movement for change or assembly oka also ko school bi mu now say ya trouble speak English na just say nkura no mo pebrofoka until they abo speak English say electoral commission or start say or ye advert oh ye dey new election mo yentumi for them one position mo bi o all the adverts of electoral commission was to place themselves as a neutral arbiter. In fact, anchor what you stand for alone, as I say, it will make that confidence that you are a neutral arbiter. Why will you spend money? There be it's because of a near maybe a SCCA. Me, elections we are a course or no. Ebema Ghana for atiasie. Adia Emma 2020 ye call court. And adia ye ko hwehwe e wo court. Obia be hu kwaya omofa so ewia ye 2020. Ah yetumi esi
2020 say esomo no manya madwuma yi o.
Obi obeka kire obi aboa. That is why Yewura Chachuchi Kata or court no. He didn't go with pink sheets because in another credit be echo amwano. Declaration of results a statutory declaration. And nunti ye pesi ye humame wo declaration a wo ye ebesi ne. Supreme Court protecting from answering that question, but it was a statutory requirement. For the first time, 2020 results. Unim say in Gazette here. And why should an electoral commissioner, in fact, she shouldn't have been allowed to organize the 2024 elections, because the first elections went to me and Gazette, because results are what now see ubo trim and akaye. Thankfully, Macbenu eba bonti beka say results are mo say ya pade ama ye no mo so say ya pade bi amamo.
Okay, when
he said it on air. An interview, yes, it was a press conference.
Okay, we are now.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but me himself Google you can get it.
Okay.
Or say results I must say be akeka ho aman mo so say be keka ho emamo. Ye ko elections ye kwa cheche results ana. Based on that, on one category resource, or announce you know, we changing no 4 times or say 3 times. When to me so on Gazette, ebisine on Gazette ye. To be on one category elections results. When to me on Gazette no, then let us say about 2024 say oba be ye ejuma papa bi ediama Ghana for. Yemi and also so in free ho. Na yenda nyankopon ase. Ewo election results here or the ma Ghana for me nka so the ma NDC and as John Dran mama or the ma Ghana for. In fact, asanita no se sa election results we sanke koye close and can the recollation can be decided. I'm to an MPP for air say they will win with strategy. Selection we ankoye wide. Sabi.
What strategy amount there? Oh, doing gas a win and all the
no. You see, there were a lot of things. A bi or we got wind of it. A bi or the unfolding events and ama yehuno.
But Mr. Gunn, who share the whole Kenya in same vein MPP for some press conference? Say don't call for security.
Oh, they never ho. Mr.
Okay, me too.
So if this election was close, it was going to be a very bad thing for the people of Ghana. Kenya say bi anketi radio suna ye di nkomo ye. Ba nyankopon eyi yen efrisa ohawnim. See I hefa and ya tro say etumi ye recollation.
And I mean and to me
say ended there and started. Say ended there and started. Patotema say because indeed say eyade unim say bibi wo ho efe recollation dey betumi aya. As I say anka HC inim. There's nothing on that. What you say Secondly,
there's a bibi ni wasa na end no ye be dey winner for that constituency.
We will find a way. But
why never find
Saka maybe you nyina na yekoto abado.
Okay.
What you are saying?
Yeah.
And more pe recollection. No? The first demand of the Electoral Commission and they say, "What can ya be we are for results no ebo down?" Yan ko say so hum baby or what and I say I do ejiri baby or what yet to abawi kan we
the collection center no one someone.
Yes, no, but it is done at the polling stations. The collection center, polling stations. Baby, to a baby, I say a board be a hunu. Say, oh,
we are now the above.
That are one yet.
Are no parties need a sign.
A sign, no cardia boho. Me who elections were Ghana ballot boxes. Yachichama political parties. In 2024 elections.
I allege and I say no clear evidence.
Yachibi. New elections are ballot papers. A buso elections.
That is a strategy they were talking about.
Yes. New elections are pink sheets. A buso elections way. And in the strategy, before I remember the nitty-gritties of it, no?
On the security,
yes. May I say, say, oh yeah, appointment. Now decided say, may the politics and the BM appointment. GDA SCNya ewo obi mu no, untumi nya sa GDA no. Jenensa MPP MA appointees meeting, omo ye party. No akwa tinem say wo so we appointee of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo nabai. You never saw yourself neutral. APJ yen national radio so make a NDC no ka MPP. We ye dey ekofa say nipa kure say on be hwe IT so ewo ye friend say Electoral Commission. GDA be na menya wo say nipa kure ni mu. Boss man say Legon MPP. Ono na eda e friend say Tescon ano. E be den menya GDA ewo say nipa kure no emu. Enu nti no one ma yesi de odi ahwede e ba fie no e no kra nwansra ne ntatea e de ba fie. So if we don't see some of these things it will tell you automatically say adwenya omde call ye no enye adwempa eto so mienu ana se be de be wie no
me ma mo anu sina
oka Afarijan ni trimu frying current no ye to elections e wo Ghana no na polling stations e hwese na ekoso ono ankasa peso hu bebi obeko no ono ankasa fili gadochi dabe na hu Afarijan enam de military enam anase police ni trimu fine enobia enam Afarijan ye bobo results no eba no oni political parties na eti ho sei masa tobo faudi and bra yate ha ne heka 2020 you a media person baby a MPP for eka say omo be announce results no ehin no oka so be conference center they prepare the place banner bibia ebo meboa 2020 at the end of the day no ehin no results no ewo these elections for that same reason or say ono de oba bebo results na media for be accreditation or say 8 to September
8 go if you are 8 but if you
a dream ben na da utrimunti a on pese NDC ni MPP kra ye ba be press conference ye biem hu ha obi a mekoba na state institution so you realize say me nka say yenyi obi edi ana say but mpenifo say amfo
ene to aso me da say edi etona ye tweme pa metama so
Eugene Saki DC Adeso Mechapana Alex Inkum DC across Charles Owari DC
DC akogana ya muhuno ma DC for also for meda ora ya wasanita no as political analyst meda Transitional Godina Kogan deputy communication director Emma NDC Amanyuku no
Penifo me and last week na 1 and then many 2. I sure say and then now okay be 3. And we see other one some free shapa the munina say they said that's what media. It's not need juma mo kan ho na dwumade no etimi ekoso. And we see another one say nyame adoma ye no dachna ye beto dwumade no so yakram.